Working? Yes! So, my little lovelies, how are you doing today? We're in a different position for some reason today, aren't we? Oh, look. It's nothing but a street light. So, today, we're gonna be doing some more reading from our magical book of amazingness. Where's our magical book of amazingness? Actually, I'm not sure if I've got a dictionary. Do I not have a dictionary here at all? Since I was talking earlier on in one of my videos about self-realization of the human. Look what I found! Self-realization. Self-realization. See, this is the thing. Your ego. This is your ego. Okay, this is how you view yourself as like this kind of perfect God. But self-realization is so important because we may be, well, our egos may feel as though we're so, important in the universe. And we are a part of the universe. But human beings, we are not these gods that we paint ourselves out to be. This is ego. All of this is just ego. It's a beautiful ego. Like, I wouldn't want anything to detract from this kind of message of sort of like the God particle. That we are God, that we are this kind of like spiritual being, and that this is our image of like our true selves. But like how human beings act towards like the actual image of like what we want to be, it's very far away from that, isn't it? So this is a really lovely book, and it's by the Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Now, I have problems with Prabhupada. He's got a few things about but I mean, as far as the Hindu mythos, and there's the man himself. As far as the mythos goes, he's one of the most learned. I think he's our modern day Mahatma Gandhi, basically. Read the book. I think I read this book when I was very young, but essentially it's a discourse between a reporter and Prabhupada, and then it goes into a lot of the... so this is it. So, may the spotless lotus of the Mahabharata that grows on the waters of the words of the Vasa, and of which the Bagdavagita is irresistibly sweet fragrance, and its tales of heroes, the full-blown petals, fully opened by the talk of the Lord Hari, who destroys the sins of Kali Yuga. And the Kali Yuga is the flesh that I was talking about earlier in another video, about the flesh of our bodies, and the age of the Kali Yuga the sins will be destroyed of the Kali Yuga, and on which daily light the nectar-seeking souls and so many bees swarming joyously may this lotus of the Mahabharata bestow upon us the highest good. And salutations to Krishna, the embodiment of the supreme bliss, by whose grace and compassion the dumb become eloquent, and the lame scale mountains. I salute him. Absolutely. That's some powerful fucking shit right there. Because he's talking about the dissolution of our ego. And it is sad. Like, Kali Yuga is one of the ages that, we have this desire for sexual conquest and enjoyment, and for some of us out there who are enjoying ourselves sexually and really enjoying ourselves and really, having all of this amazing sort of like sex and stuff like that. For those of us who are not involved in it, Kali Yuga is a torment, a suffering that we endure rather than enjoy. And Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, so he enjoys all things. So the fact that the Kali Yuga is almost a reactatory kind of dissolution, it means that Krishna couldn't enjoy all things on the scale of Kali Yuga. Essentially, being a perfect being, he couldn't exist in an imperfect universe. Do you see what I mean? So the imperfect universe of Kali Yuga must be dissolved and destroyed, so that Krishna, the supreme being of all things, can exist. And the image of Krishna, for example, is of the supreme bliss that he experiences at all times. And the age of Kali Yuga, it means to divide and destroy, and essentially remove God from the equation. And this obviously doesn't fit with Krishna's reality, because obviously Krishna exists in a perfect world of bliss. And in the Bagdavagita, when he's killed, his physical body is killed in the war at the end between the Kaurava and the Pandavas. And in the end, he's killed in battle. He's not killed in battle, he's killed while sleeping, and somebody mistakes him for a deer, apparently. I don't know how that happens. Maybe he was manifesting himself into a deer or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe he was just looked like a deer. I don't know. But he was killed in his sleep, and he forgives his attacker, his assailant, and says, "I forgive you." And then he removes himself from the world, and he goes to his heavenly abode. Now, his heavenly abode is somewhere that not even his parents can apparently get to. So he's in this kind of world of static. Static. He's in his own little bubble, basically. He's in his own world. He's in his own little bubble. Ooh, upside down. Upside down. He's in his own little world. He's in his own little world, you see. And this is the God particle. And no man can be within the realm of Krishna, because Krishna exists in a realm of perfect harmony and bliss and supreme joy. And since the age of Kali Yuga is mainly about suffering, he can't exist in that universe. So the universe essentially has to be destroyed so that Krishna can be born, and that the age of supreme enjoyment and fulfillment can exist once again. And that is essentially what the Bhagavad Gita is about, losing the supreme Godhead and the return to Godhead. And the age of Kali Yuga in between is everything kind of stopping that from happening. And it's a war, essentially, of the soul. A war of the soul, of this kind of like allowing our base and sexual desires of the age of Kali to overtake the love and pure bliss and harmony of Krishna and stuff. Maybe I've got that quite kind of wrong. Maybe I'm overthinking it. You can overthink things. Anyway, brilliant book. Have a read of that. So I've run to the end of my video, and what I actually wanted to do was to drop a bit of knowledge. I wanted to drop a bit of worldly knowledge on you. I dropped a little bit of knowledge on you. I don't have a dictionary. Don't have a dictionary. I'm sure I've got a dictionary. No, I don't have a dictionary. Oh, I do have a dictionary. It's not there. Well, it's difficult to get to, so I don't want to go. It's hard to get to the dictionary. It's impossible to get to. It means I have to make efforts, and I don't want to do it. So anyway, my lovelies, maybe you've learned a little bit about the Hindu belief system of Krishna, and maybe not. But yeah, essentially Kali Yuga is the age of flesh and pleasure and desire. And of course, we know that not everybody enjoys that part of life. I'm sure Krishna enjoys that part of life in his own manifestations into this universe. But he, as a supreme being, can't ever exist in an imperfect universe, being a perfect being himself. So that's a paradox. It's a paradox. But yes, so that's life, as far as according to the Hindu gods, and Prabhupada. It's a very good book. If you have not read it, read it. Read it. Okay? My lovelies. Bye. Bye. Wow.